When you first got to the NBA, who was the first person to bust your ass?
Oh, man. There's a lot.
The first person to bust my ass.
Ooh.
Oh.
Person to bust your ass.
First person to bust my ass.
When you first got to the league, who was the first person to bust your ass?
So look, I'm a fan of y'all's show. So congrats on what you guys have been doing. I think it's awesome. I know that's the question you always lead with. And I've been one of those guys that people have mentioned. But I couldn't really remember. Like, I honestly, like I literally, because I came in the league and like my first, I don't know, 5, 6, 10 games, whatever, I was 20, like I was doing work. So I had to actually go back
going
and
through
look.
a tear.
I had to go back and look. And you'd appreciate this. My second game, dude from Chicago, Kenny Norman.
Ooh, the snake.
And now I had like 24 against him, and I think we won the game, but he had 30 on me. And he didn't, like, I don't think I respected his shooting.
Mm-hmm.
He might have hit a gang of threes on me, but that was when I think I realized, because Kenny Norman wasn't like a star in the league.
Biggest name, yeah.
But like it just showed you that anybody on any given night was capable of giving it to you. So I got to give a shout out to Snake, Kenny Norman.
I knew this was going to be the first question. I always tell people, to me, the one guy that always stood out to me was LeBron. My path with LeBron has been since I came to the U.S., he's there. I came to the U.S., he's the best player in high school. He's a year ahead of me, but, we came up around the same time. But I always tell people it's kind of like, when I played with Derrick Rose, his MVP year, and with Steph Curry. And so there's certain guys in the league, their 2 points are just different than everybody else's 2 points.
Yeah.
And with LeBron, with the fans and everything, whether you're playing him in Cleveland or you're playing at home, every basket he scores is like 10 points on you. The whole crowd, it could be a fadeaway jump shot. Don't get me wrong. He's a great player, obviously, but the crowd was always, LeBron's 30 or 40 points seem like 60 points, especially when you get home and you watch the highlights.
Yeah.
And it's all you just playing defense.
Yeah.
So I always tell people I enjoyed playing against LeBron, but I always say he's the one guy that, you looked forward to playing him because you knew it was going to be a tough one.
Who's the first person in the league to bust your ass? You knew this, like, oh man, this the league, it's real.
This man to my right.
Oh,
yeah,
now this is good.
This is my first year, my second year in the league, and we was in Memphis. And I remember something happened, and the referee, I was like, man, what you want me to do? The referee said, man, you know what? He one of the hardest mother effers the referee there is. I said, so what am I supposed to do? Yeah, stay out of his way. I said, man, how am I supposed to do that? But, it showed me the ropes, and, it was a lesson that I learned. You know what I mean?
Chuck, same question. Like, who's the first person when you got in the league that to give you them numbers, bust your ass, and you was like, man, I'm here?
I was a rookie. Like, I ain't never had nobody bust my ass before. Not for real.
Yeah.
In my life, we played the Phoenix Suns, and KJ gave me 39, 9, and 9.
Kevin Johnson.
Yes.
Ooh.
And it was not off like athletic ability or nothing like that. It was just he was just so much smarter than me. He just knew how to play the game. You know what I mean? I was just a puppy.
Yeah.
And I remember Mo Cheeks after the game telling me, like, one day, AI, you gonna get somebody 39, 9 and 9. You know what I mean? So, and I was actually crying in my locker. I never got destroyed like that.
Yeah.
And that's something that I will always remember, but it helped me in my development of being who I am and who I became.
Who's the first person to bust your ass?
First person that got me was Glenn Rice.
Dirty Rice.
Man.
Dirty Rice.
That man put me on the block. And, it was like fresh meat that he saw. I was supposed to be guarding Del Curry, and then there was a switch off, and I'm just trying to figure out the league and how this game is played, and I was a liability all season long because I'm playing against guys that, in college, you stand next to a guy and you act like you got a hand up. He's not going to shoot it.
Right, yeah.
You get to the league and you try that. You don't.
And Glenn Rice had that high arc. He usually had that ball up high, so it was hard to block his shot or or even adjust his shot.
And he was strong as hell too.
Yeah, I'm telling you, I couldn't get in front of him. I couldn't deny the ball, and he was gonna get it. He's 6'8". He's gonna get the ball where he wanted it. When I got to the league, the saying, I still say it now: good defense, better offense.
Who was the first person to bust your ass?
First person to bust my ass.
Yeah.
So you like
preseason at Phoenix, Goran Dragic.
The
Dragon. He drugged me in that preseason, and it was like I was looking around for help, looking at the bench. Like it wasn't even ISOs. It was just like he was just crafty.
Playing the
he was
game.
Pick and roll and like
he was
just
smarter at the
manipulating
game.
everything. He was just smart.
Yeah.
And I was like coming into the game, I knew he was good, but I was like, this ain't Chris Paul or
this ain't the
Russ
big
or nothing
names.
like that. So I kind of was sleep on how good he was.
Yeah.
And he got the running up, coming off screen, snaking it, and
Was
doing
him being
all
a
that.
lefty hard, make it
That
more,
threw me off too.
Yeah.
Because he was a lefty, and I was
Lefties
just
is
like, damn, he
janky.
crafty, he shooting, he pulling up, getting fouled, and I was just like, damn.
Just playing
After the
the
game,
game.
I was just like,
You can't pass
it's gonna be
nobody.
a tough year, because I wasn't expecting it to go
Dragic
like
giving
that.
me everybody finna come.
I was like, I wasn't expecting it to go like that, but he got me for sure.
Man, I would say KD the first time that I lined up against him, man. Just because, to me, he's so disrespectful with his game because he's 7 feet and he can, like, shoot over anybody. You know what I mean? So he'll be like, yo, good D. like, what can you do? He's shooting fadeaways off one leg.
Dribbling.
And all you can do is look over at the bench and be like,
I didn't
yo, guard him.
I look at him crazy like, you want to come try to?
I say the same shit.
I didn't,
okay.
Hey, you 6'7", I was 6'5", 6'6".
Okay.
Don't look at me like that. But
Motherfuckers don't understand.
When he's 7 feet, once he get to his spot and raise up,
You
it's
lose.
over with.
You just gotta hope he miss.
And he just like, I don't really see none of that.
Yeah.
You gotta hope he missed.
I committed to St.
First person to bust my ass, Steve Nash. I had like a stretch. I had a stretch where I had D Rose, Rondo. Then I went to the West Coast. I had Rush, CP, and Steve Nash.
Ooh.
And this one, he got run the pick and roll. He always dribble around the baseline. He went 10 for 10 against me. I was like, there's no way in hell he cooking me like this. But yeah, that's the first one that gave me a welcome to the NBA moment for sure.
Did he hit his little signature layout fade?
Yeah, I was mad. I'm contesting. I'm chasing him. I was like, man, I don't even care about scoring right now. I just gotta get a stop.
First person to bust your ass.
Let's see. We talking about in practice first. Well, nobody in practice. Let's see who we play in preseason. Probably Tim Hardaway. Tim Hardaway. I think we played them in preseason, and it might have been Tim if I'm thinking correctly, because he was nasty. You already know Q Rich. I already know. Man, Tim was hard, man. Hard nosed.
I know he was talking trash too, ain't he?
Oh, he ain't gonna stop talking. And he gonna be getting it in and getting it done for sure.
Nah, I feel that.
Who's the first person to bust your ass?
The first person, I got to go with Stephon Marbury. Stephon Marbury, man, he was really good and very
Was this
physical.
Phoenix or New Jersey?
Yeah,
Which
no,
one?
Phoenix.
Okay.
Phoenix. I remember we played them in the playoffs in 2003, and he banked that shot, game one,
Yeah,
they beat
I remember
us, and he
that,
banked that buzzer beater. It was an unbelievable shot. And man, he was killing me. The first two games, he was going at me, and basically welcome to the NBA, because my rookie year I did very well, played great against Gary Payton, and we lost against the Lakers, but I played well, And that was my first time that I was like, man, this guy is like really, really good. I'm gonna have to step up my game if I want to do something in those playoffs. And I got back at him, but man, he was really good. Stephon Marbury, then I remember too, Steve Francis too at the beginning when I first arrived in the league. Steve Francis was no joke with the ISOs and stuff like that, and it was good test for me to try to play good defense, stay in front of them, and all that kind of stuff. I remember Pop was like, "Okay, if you can play defense on those two, you might have a chance in the NBA."
Yeah, straight up. Who's the first person to bust your ass?
Ooh, shit. Off top, my OG. It's crazy because it wasn't even on no, like, most people would think it's like an offensive game, like somebody had 40 on you or something like that.
Yeah.
Nah, I got manhandled, bro. Like, it was Reggie Evans. Reggie Evans, man.
Strong ass Reggie.
Shout out to the Joker, dog.
Boy, catch it, man.
That's my OG for life right there. But he manhandled me in my rookie season, bro. And you know how I was. I'ma talk my shit, I'ma pop my shit, like. But he backed it up and he was talking this shit. So that's my OG. He from across the street. He right down the street from me, Pensacola.
Yeah.
So that's my dog for sure.
Yeah, Reggie
that's
came
a real dog though, real tough.
For sure.
Reggie became real dangerous once he started learning the game and got more smarter and how to use his strength the right way. He playing with them Seattle boys down there with Ray Allen and Rashad Lewis, and he was like, "Oh shit, he tripping. He didn't learn how to do that shit now."
I took a lot from his game. He was my vet when we were in Sacramento. So I took a lot of his tricks when it came to the offensive boards and just using your strength and using the opponent's momentum against them. So he actually taught me a lot when it came to the game.
Yeah, and a good
Reggie
dude.
Evans, man.
And
a
a good dude, man.
Dog out there. Real solid dude.
Real good dude, man.
Two that was definitely memorable was Brandon Roy,
Killer.
B. Roy, and D. Wade.
D-Wade.
It was first two to where it was like, all right, fuck, I'm in the league. Man. them two was on another level.
What they don't talk about B. Roy enough. What was B. Roy doing? That he was just like he's.
It's crazy because people really don't talk about B.
Yeah,
Roy like that, bro. B. Roy probably. Like, and looking back on it, he was young too. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Those Portland days, he was young, but he was so fucking skilled every way.
Yeah.
From all three levels.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? He take you to the post, mid-range, three, pick and roll. He meeting you at the top. Like, every facet of his game was on a different level, bro. Like, he was
stronger than he looked.
Yeah,
He was
bro.
a lot stronger than
he was
appeared,
strong, explosive. He had all that. He had everything in his bag, bro. He was a motherfucker.
Yeah, I was in Portland when they came in and seeing he took the ball and just ran with it.
Yeah.
And one thing I used to like when I watched him, his control was just crazy. His stop and go. He knew when to turn it on up and go fast, and he knew when to just pace on through the lane and then speed up in there. I was like, man, his time and his stop and go was just crazy. And him going against like Kobe and D Wade, I was like, yeah, he finna be one of them boys.
Yeah.
When you first got to the league, who was the first person to bust your ass?
Ooh. Man. The first person that gave it to me was Kevin Johnson, man, Phoenix.
KJ.
Man, because I came out the bench. Kenny was the starter.
Yeah.
Kenny Smith was the starter. And I came out the bench, man. He had 18 points in the first quarter, and I came in like 2 minutes going in the first quarter, and it was like that motherfucker was like, "Come on, come on," you know, he got it going already, man, and it just didn't stop, man, and he just destroyed me. It was easy for him, man. Like he was so fast, he was so fast, and he had a great pull-up jump shot, or if you got close to him, he was going past you for a layup. So it was just difficult for me to understand the aspect of it. So I just I took that one on. I took that one on the chin, man. And back in the day, you get on the bus. Right now the game is so different now. Guys get on the bus, the first thing they do is get on their phones and everything.
Yeah.
But in '93, wasn't no damn cell phones. Only 3 or 4 guys had cell phones in bed because the cell phone minutes was like $10 a minute.
Yeah, crazy.
So it was a lot of communication on the team bus. I remember I got on the bus and I walked past everybody. I was going to the back of the bus and something to tell me, just look around. I look back, and the whole team, Hakeem Olajuwon, Kenny, Vernon Maxwell, Mario, they was like, damn. Like, damn. I was like, man, I gotta get this dude back. Bitch, I gotta get him back, man. Like, it was like, he had like 42, and we won the game.
Right.
We won the game, but he had like 42. But it was like, he couldn't be stopped, man. He couldn't be
was a
stopped.
monster.
I remember Mario Ellis was like, come on, Sam. Do something to my motherfucker. You told me to fight him? Come you fight him? You know what I'm saying? Come on, you fight him? Like, come on. That's how Mario, that deep voice, come on, Sam. You gotta play some fucking D. You know what I'm saying? God damn, this motherfucker killing you out here. I'm like, no shit. No shit. But he got the ball all the time. You know what I'm saying? He got the ball all the time. So yeah, he was the first guy that really gave it to me.
Who was the first person to bust your ass?
Oh, Allen Houston.
H2O.
H2O. Y'all know, I mean, how good he was and how versatile he was. 6'7", could do everything in the post. I think he was Clay before Clay, probably.
No dribbles, just
He can post you, he can turn around, jump shoot you, he can face you up, he can drive you. And he wanted to become my mentor in life. And but Allen Houston just gave me too much work. MJ, just getting back to the Wizards. You know, he wasn't who he was, but he was still incredible. Y'all know how good he was at that time still. And so he was cooking Ray in D.C., and George Karl says, get in there, Ray, get in there and guard George. I'm like, what am I going to do? Ray can't guard, what am I going to do? It was my second in the league, and it was great, man. But MJ was tough, obviously. But Allen Houston for sure. I couldn't do anything with him when I first got to the NBA.
Ace to the Izzo, boy.
Who was the first person to bust your ass?
Q Rich. Summer League.
You ain't bust nobody ass for their first time up here. We got one of the coldest people.
Why you standing up?
Just say, you heard me.
Summer League.
Respect. You know what I'm saying? D-Miles, get you some. You can't be who you say you is. You tell he always say I ain't. Bro, ain't nobody got up on here and said you bust their ass first, though.
If you want like regular season game, that's summer league games. With no official record.
No.
You know what I'm saying?
We
can say Kobe. We can say Kobe.
Yeah. Okay. Hey, look, that's even better. He just put me with Kobe.
63 and 3/4.
I'm good for the day. Go ahead, finish what you were saying. I was trying to stop him.
Kobe officially.
Hey, you know what you just did?
What's
I'm
that?
never going to hear the end of this. I'm never going to hear the end of it.
Hey, young world, you hear me?
I tell people all the time, you talk about welcome to the NBA moment. You remember this, don't you?
Oh, yeah.
So the first play at Long Beach Pyramid.
Yeah,
right?
Long Beach Pyramid.
So I'm like nervous, you know. This is my first summer league game, and I don't know what to expect.
Man, Q couldn't wait till you came.
First of all, Coach Gentry like, hey, listen, guys. All right, guys. Like, we only put this together for you guys. This is go out there and play. So like, we like, what? Like, hold up. We was like, wait, so we can do whatever. D-Man's like, boy, JoJo and Kiki Poole has entered the building. We pulling all the shots. Like every game we was getting them up. So like, that's why when you said the first guy to start laughing,
we knew you was coming.
Oh my gosh.
We was like,
That's
yeah,
so funny.
we finna get him.
And you gotta think, for me, it was my chance to get some get back from that Duke shit, because that wasn't cool. Y'all came in Chicago and 30
That was so funny. Well, you know, the thing, like, they tried to pit me against you in the media. So I got another lesson very early that they were trying to make storylines.
Yeah.
You know, how about all these young guys and they were drafted over you? You know, Eddie Curry and Tyson were drafted over you. And, you know, at the time, I'm like, it is what it is, guys. Like,
I'm happy to be here.
I'm happy to be here. You know,
I'm about to do my thing.
And they try to make it like an ethical, moral thing, like the school versus I'm shunning it. And so looking back at it, it was so stupid. It was so stupid.
Yeah,
you know,
it definitely
and
was.
it's like, man, we all have our own past, and it's cool.